I'm here with Ben Doughty. Hi Ben, how you doing?
Doing very well, thanks, Robert.
So tell me, you're here at the press conference with Kellie Maloney today, so what do you think about the announcements made today?
I think it was interesting. I think it was a funny situation today because everything is so hugely superseded by the new lifestyle choice of Kellie, and this is my first sight in the flesh of the new Kellie, having met him a couple of times, obviously, when he was Frank, and it was interesting to see how sincere Kellie actually is about relaunching and seeing this as a new challenge, starting from the bottom almost, as it were, again, in a whole new identity to prove that she can succeed where Frank did. So that was quite interesting to me.
And moving on, we're going through a very interesting time in boxing. We've got a great fight this weekend with Klitschko v Jennings, and then of course we've got the big one, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Manny Pacquiao. How do you see that fight?
Floyd and Manny. I'm fairly confident Floyd will win. The odds makers have got him installed early doors. He was about 5-2. That's kind of I'm a trainer and a pundit rather than an odds maker, but that's kind of the way I see it. I think it's still an interesting fight. You know as well as I do that it should have happened many years before, and it's not like it's a Leonard Hearns in their scary primes clashing in 1981. Even though you'd never know it from the astronomical ticket prices, unprecedented. I think Floyd will fit. I mean, it'd be interesting. People say struggles with southpaws. Manny, still, even at the age he is still very high work rate, very bouncy in and out, throws a lot of punches. It'll be interesting to see how Mayweather, the conservative, shoulder roll style shot picker, will deal with that. But deal with it, I think he will. I think it'd be one of those situations where no one can accuse Floyd of not being able to make adjustments. I think Pacquiao really can only more or less fight one way, very effectively, I would say. I think after 4 rounds, Floyd will start to work him out and will start to take over. And I think people will start to realise they can't hit Floyd. He punches a bit more spitefully than they might think he does. And people get discouraged against him, by and large, Madonna aside.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. I mean, we recently interviewed Billy Joe Saunders, who actually
Fancies Manny.
Fancies Manny, yeah.
I see Billy Joe almost every day in the gym, and you have to respect his opinion. I do wonder if this is partly some southpaw bias or southpaw brotherhood thing, because Billy Joe's a southpaw. I heard his argument and it was useful, and I will say, Robert, if Manny does win, I would get a little bit of a kick out of it. I'm not anti-Mayweather, and I'm not a massive Pacquiao devotee. I'll get a little bit of a kick out of Pacquiao winning, because I just like the relative script to be torn up. I mean, it's not a 50-50 fight. Is it fair to say it's a 65-35 fight in terms of perception? I wouldn't mind if Manny won. And if Floyd looks sensational doing it, I'll be glad for him. I'm not partisan. But Billy Joe, there's a few high-profile people picking Manny Pacquiao. There's Mike Tyson. Billy Joe Saunders is another one. I don't know if you can remind me, there's been a couple of other big names that fancy Pacquiao to pull it off. I just don't see it that way. I mean, if you gave me $100 to stick on it and said, would you put it on Mayweather, let's just say to win, let's not mess around with points, I think I would. As long as it was your money, I'd put it there.
Well, thanks very much. It won't be mine.
No,
so, Ben, thanks very much.
No problem. Be lucky. Cheers.